Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Ali Elzeiny and from the Weekend Islamic School, and today we are doing the noun sentence that has verbs in it, today we're doing the command verb. Okay, so command verb exists only for the second person, because you command somebody, you command the second person to do something. Okay, but you don't command yourself, and you don't command. So first person does not exist because you don't command yourself. Third person does not exist because you don't command somebody who's not there. Okay, so as you can see here, for 1M is if'al. For 1F is if'ali. If'ali. And for 2F or 2M, they are the same, if'ala. And for 3 plus M is if'alu. And for 3 plus female is if'alna. And the noon here in if'alna is the female noon that we have been talking about. You don't need to know the name, but just for your information, that's the female noon. And an observation that in the Quran, female noons have shadda, but in Arabic, female noons don't have shadda on them. Only a confirmation noon that has shadda on it. Okay, now let's move to the exercise, which basically we are going to translate command sentences into Arabic from English, given in English, and we do it in Arabic. And let's bring the homework here. Organize the page, organize the screen so that we know how to get around. Okay. So basically, get the command form of the following verbs and do the proper tashkil, memorize the vocab. And I've provided a procedure for you here, so you don't need to do procedure of homework number 25. Okay. So now, how do we do that? There is the procedure which is provided. Just you follow the procedure as if it's a flow chart. Okay, and we're going to apply the procedure to this example. You, which is 3 plus M, plant the flowers. And the flowers here is 3 plus F. Flower is a female word because it ends with ta marbuta, warda. And flowers could be 2F or 3 plus F. In this case here, it's 3 plus F. What we're doing. Okay. So the first step is to use rule 610. So we go to rule 610 here. Row 14, column 3. Row 14. Okay. Column 3. So row 8. Row 8. Column 3, because it's 610, 8, comma 8, comma 3. That's the short form. Instead of saying rule 6, 8, rule 610, row 8, column 3, we just put 610, comma 8, comma 3. And this is here, row 8. So that's row 8. And column 3. That's column 3. And it tells me that U for 3 plus M is antum. Okay, so U for 3 plus M is antum according to the table. Okay, so we go there, we grab the word antum. So right here, okay, is antum. Now, this step is optional because you might say harvest the crop, and instead of saying you, because you can just say plant the flowers. You can just say that, okay? In other words, if we look down here, when you're commanding, when you're issuing a command, you don't say, I don't tell you to you plant flowers. I would just simply say plant flowers. So I could say you plant flowers, or I can say plant flowers. So this blue thing is optional, okay? However, I include it just for the purpose of like clarity. And also I choose to say you drive the car, you drive the cars, you cleans the house, and so forth. But we need to understand that this is optional because I can just say drive the cars instead of you drive the cars. Okay. So you can say here that the first pronoun here, this pronoun is optional. Okay. The second step is using the dictionary. The word plant is zara. The word plant is zara, which is the root for past tense verb. And as usual, the root for the past tense verb is for he, which is rule 1130, row 10, column 3. So rule 1130, row 10, column 3. So that's the root here. Okay. So from the dictionary, you get the root, which is zara. And to make your life easy, I provided the vocabulary table here so that you can just go and use it. So you get the word zara, okay, from planted. You say zara, it's the past tense, planted. So you get the verb zara, okay, and zara'a sounds like fa'ala. Zara'a fa'ala, okay, that sounds like fa'ala. So here is fa'ala, and So the sounding, or the equivalent of zara, that we're probably saying is the sounding of zara is fa'ala. And we go to rule 1130. The past tense you 3 plus m is if'alu. So you go there. The past tense of 3 plus m, here is 3 plus m. 3 plus m. The past tense is the command tense. The command tense is, for you, 3 plus m is if'ala. If'ala. Okay? But for 3, actually for 3 plus m, it's if'alu. This is 3 plus m. Here, 3 plus m. Sorry, 3 plus m. So the command form is here. The command form is here. If'alu. So if'alu, the sounding of if'alu is izra'u. So fa'ala sounds like zara'a, sounds like fa'ala. Izra'u sounds like if'alu. So if'alu means sounds like izra'u. So I convert it so it becomes izra'u. If'alu, izra'u. And using the dictionary again, the word flowers for 3 plus f, the word flowers for 3 plus f is al-wardat. And here's the dictionary. So flowers, 3 plus f is wardat. And then the flowers is al-wardat. We add alif lam. So al-wardat. Now, reason for the kasra, the reason why it's al-wardati, not al-wardatu, is because the word flowers is the object. We said that the object is mansub. That's rule 1050. Rule 1050 says that the object is mansub. Rule 250, the default case object is mansub. Okay. And for 3 plus f, mansub is kasra. According to rule 290, column 6, row 6, column 5. Rule 290. Here. Column 6, row 6, column 5 tells you that the mansub form, for 3 plus f is kasra. And that's why we have kasra here. Do we need tanween? I mean, should we have tanween? No tanween for the word flowers because of the alif lam. We have rule 285-1. Rule 285-1 here. It says nouns that starts with alif lam cannot have tanween. Okay. And then we combine these 3 words. We get antum izra'u al-wardati. Antum izra'u al-wardati. Okay. So let's do the translation. Let's do the same procedure for using u3 plus f instead of u3 plus m we did in the example. Okay, so I'll split the screen here, and so that we can look at the procedure and at the same time look at do the problem. Okay, U 3 plus F. That's the first thing, is to translate U 3 plus F. Okay. Okay, so here it goes to rule 610. So I go to rule 610. Rule 610. And I go to row 8, column 3. Okay. If it is 3 plus M. But for 3 plus F, I go to row 9. I go to row 9. Column 3. Row 9, column 3. 1, 2, 3. It says Antunna. Okay? It says Antunna. So this is where we get the Antunna from. So we copy Antunna from here and copy it to here. So Antunna is U for 3 plus F. Okay? Plant is the best tense for, is the command form for the word, for the verb plant. So plant is the command form, and we get this command form here. It is similar, but here we go, the word plant is zara'a, and zara'a sounds like fa'ala. Zara'a sounds like fa'ala. So izra'u, if'alu is izra'u. We get this from here, from table 1130, row 8, table 1130. So we go table 1130. And instead of row 8 is going to be row 9, because that's 3 plus F. So it tells me that the command form is if'alna. If'alna. Here. If'alna. That's the command form. So if'alna sounds like izra'na. So if'alna, izra'na. So it becomes izra'na. So I copy, I write, type izra'na. So plant here, in English, plant could be used for all, could be used for any of those. Could be used for 1M, 1F, 2M, 2F, 3 plus M, 3 plus F. Okay, it could be used for those. But in English and Arabic, each one has its own. Each one has its own. It's if'al for 1M, if'ali for 1F, if'ala for 2M or 2F, if'alu for 3 plus M, if'alna for 3 plus F. So izra'na. And then wardatin here is similar to here, similar to wardat here. However, because we don't have alif lam, then we should have tanween. Because we don't have alif lam, then we should have tanween. Here, we didn't have alif lam. We had alif lam, so we couldn't have tanween. But here, right here, okay, I have alif lam. I don't have alif lam. I'm sorry. I don't have alif lam, so I can have tanween. All right. Now let's translate the second example here. You, 1F, drive the cars, 2F. So you, which is 1 female, drive the cars, which is 2 female. The word car in Arabic is سيارة. سيارة ends with that مربوطة. And so that's why it's a female word, even though there is no female car or male car, but the actual word itself is a female word. And we want to say 2 cars. So that's 2F, which means 2 cars. Okay. Follow the same procedure. The rule 610. Start with rule 610. And rule 610, I want U for 1F. I want U for 1F. So here's 1F. Here is 1F. U is anti. Anti with kasra. So anti. We copy it from here and we paste it here. Anti. Okay. So we translated U1F into anti using this table, which is table 610 or rule 610. Okay. Drive. We go to the dictionary. Drive. Here, drive. For 1M is yaqudu. Drive for 1N is yaqudu. But the root is qada, which is drove. Okay? So we get drive, but we want to convert drive into the form for U1F. So drive is qada. Drive, the root is qada. Okay. And from here, from table 1030, okay, qada has alif in the middle. So that's not a sound verb. And this table is done for sound verbs. Table 1130 here is done for sound verbs. Sound verbs are the verbs that has 3 letters, no vowels, and no hamza, no shadda. That one, that yaqut, qad, okay, that's not sound because it has an alif in the middle. And that's why we say qud. Qud. We have a similar table for the ones that are not sound. So we say qudi. Qudi. Qudi, drive. قودي. I only need تشكيل for the قاف. The واو is ضمة, the ياء is كسرة. That's the norm because these are vowels. So I don't need تشكيل. I don't need to put ضمة here. I don't need to put كسرة here. So no need to do this. There is no need to do ضمة here and كسرة here because these are natural vowels. It's U, so it's ضمة. It's E, so it's كسرة. So I don't need to do those. And then the word is سيارة. Okay, is one female word. To make it two, then we add alif nun. So السيارة, we have two choices, either السيارتان or السيارتين. And I want to find out which one it is. Is it السيارتان or السيارتين? Which one? The way to do that is by knowing that this word سيارتان or السيارتين is object. The object is منصوب. The object is منصوب. According to rule 1050, rule 1050 here, it says the object is mansub. The object is mansub. Okay. And then I go to rule table 290. Table 290. And mansub for dual is ya. So my choice is going, so the correct answer is going to be ya nun. So that would be the correct answer, and this wouldn't be correct. So you say anti قودي السيارتين, and I would just highlight this in blue so that you know it's optional. You don't have to have it. You can just say قودي السيارتين, okay, without having the word anti written. Okay. Let's, in order to have a clean verb, so let's change this one into clean. So that we don't have problems like we had here, which is because that's not, this is not a sound verb. All right. We can just delete this. U3 plus M. U3 plus M. How do I translate U3 plus M? I go to table 610. So here, table 610. There is a description for the table here, but because I don't have enough space on the screen, I just do it like this. If you want to do this description, you just put the mouse here and it gives you the description. And that's how you find out which row table to use, from the description. Okay, the pronouns based on gender and count, and the person, whether it's first person or second person or so here, or third person. So here is U3 plus M. So I go U3 plus M here. Okay, that's table 610. That's not table 610. Okay. For commanding U, so U3 plus M is Antum. So I can just copy Antum and put it right here. Okay, and we know this is optional word, so we will highlight it in blue. And this is Arabic. Clean, we go to the dictionary provided. Clean, the past tense, which is the root, is نظف. So that's also not a sound verb, because the va has a shadda on it, and the sound verb should not have a shadda. See, could not have a shadda. So 3 plus M, okay, in this table, the command form is نظفوا. The 3 plus M here that's 3 plus M, and command form is افعلوا, but because it is not a sound verb, then it is not افعلوا. So here, clean is نظفوا. And the cars, 3 plus F is, as we did before, السيارات. Then we do the تشكيل. نظفوا, نون فتحة, and the dha has shadda on it, or we can also use sukoon. Sorry, it's shadda kasra. It's shadda kasra. نظفوا فو, and then السيارات, we can just copy it because we did it before, so we can, oh, we didn't do it before, so سيارات شدة فتحة. The ya here is not E, it's ya, so we need a fatha. Before the alif we get a فتحة. السيارات. أنتم نظفوا السيارات. Here we want a sound verb. Here, let's jump to a sound verb. Drink. Drink is, the root is شرب. شرب. Okay, the root is شرب. And it's a sound verb because it doesn't have alif, it doesn't have shadda, it doesn't have hamza. So شرب, it's a sound verb. Okay. So here we said U to F. So we go to table 610. U to F, here is second person, to F is أنتما. So we can just copy أنتما from here into here. أنتما. Now, table 1130 will tell me the command form for 3 plus F. I'm sorry, for 2F. For 2F is going to be row 7. Here, 2F is row 7. And the sounding is إفعل. So إفعل اشرب. إفعل اشرب. Because فعل شرب, إفعل اشرب. So اشرب اشرب. اشرب. And do the تشكيل. همزة كسرة. This is سكون شين ربا. So أنتما اشربا. And as we agreed before, this is optional. So you can just say اشربا without saying أنتما. Milk works for everything. 1 male, 1 female, 2 male, 2 female, 3 plus M, 3 plus F. It's the same always. Milk is always the same. Milk. Always milk. So لبن. There is no milks. Okay, it's لبن here. So drink milk. We can just copy this. Now, let's find out if we need tanween. Here we don't have alif lam. We didn't say al-laban, the milk. We said milk, laban. So we need tanween. And because laban is a singular word, it's treated as a singular word. So mansub, it's an object. So mansub is fatha. And because it's treated as singular word, so mansub is fatha. So here we have tanween fatha. And for tanween fatha, we add alif. لبنا. أنتما اشربا لبنا. another example. I'm looking for a sound verb, and from here the sound verbs are يشرب or شرب or شرب or زرع. Okay, so let's try one of those at the end here. And let's say you drink tea or milk. And let's do U for 1M. Blue because it's optional. You can just say drink milk. So U for 1M, we go to table 610. It tells me something is wrong. Okay, here's 610. It tells me for 1M, it's you. Sorry, for 1M it's anta. Something's not going right here. Use anta. What happened to the cursor? Somehow the cursor changed on me. Okay, so I guess we just need to update the table. This shouldn't happen to you, this just happens to me. Okay, so we go to 610 here. We go to 610, and for 1 male, because here we have 1 male, it's anta. So can just copy this from here and to here. It's anta. And drink. For 1M, we go to table 1130. For 1M, here, the command form is افعل. So, افعل, this sounds like اشرب. So, اشرب, افعل. So, right here, it's from here, اشرب. 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 And then, oh, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong row. It should be here. Sorry about that. So, and then milk, just like we said before, it is laban. And because it doesn't have alif lam, well, let's make this one with alif lam, the milk. So in this case, then it's al-laban. 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 And this lam has fatha on it. Laban. And because it's object, the object is mansoob. Mansoob for a noun here, single noun, is it's fatha. We don't have tanween because it's alif lam, so we can just have fatha here. We remove the split. So lam fatha, lam fatha, ba fatha, and nun. I'll be changing this table to remove the non-sound verbs so that it's we can follow the procedure precisely. Also, I'll change this. Actually, will drink milk is like command in the future. So command in the future is you just add seen to it. So you do it as normal and you just add seen to it. Okay. All right. If you have any questions.